Do you want to scale to $20,000 a month in your coaching or consulting business and all the way up to $50K a month? Well, if you don't have the right foundation and the right system, it's going to cost you up to $360,000 every single year not knowing how to do that. In this video, I'm going to break down the 25 steps that I have learned throughout scaling coaches and consultants to $50K a month and how you can possibly do the same. And these lessons is exactly what I've used to build a six-figure business and generated more than $5 million for my clients in the past 2.5 years. And here's a little spoiler, because most coaches and consultants, they think they need more clients. They need to go viral, they need to chase more people, they need to build massive sales funnels to actually scale the business. But that's not true. So in this video, I'm going to show you the real mistakes and the real lessons that I have learned throughout scaling coaches and consultants. So you can learn the same thing and you can actually scale your business without doing the same mistakes, and you can possibly get to your goals way faster because you're just skipping all the mistakes and just doing the right thing from the beginning. But the major problem right now is that the coaching and the info product industry, they love quick fixes, flashy guarantees, and fake promises just to get as many clients as they possibly can handle. And they treat a service-based business like a product-based business. But the most important thing to really understand here is that we're not selling coffee machines. We are literally selling solutions that can help other people. We are dealing with real human beings that truly need our help. And that's why you need leverage. But working hard and hustling all day is not going to build leverage. System does. Because hustling possibly get you to 10, 15, and if you're really good, 20K a month. But it's not going to scale your business to 50, 100, and beyond. You want to have the right systems that allows you to do that. Because scaling a really good coaching or consulting business is not about working harder. It's about building digital ecosystems that allows you to actually have more trust, more authority, more authenticity, and connect with people and attract people to your way of thinking. And most importantly, have a system that is scalable, that is fun, and that also adapts to the life that you really want to live. And the result of that is that your clients is going to renew, they're going to refer more people, they're going to pay you more money while looking forward to it, and you're going to get more clients, more time, and you have the foundation to also build wealth and financial safety. And these 25 lessons is exactly what I have learned throughout failures, results, and being in the trenches, literally doing the work every single day. So if you want to scale your business, skip the guesswork and actually implement systems that works now, but also in the future. You want to watch this video, and if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe so I know that you are serious about scaling your business and you're here to help more people and get more clients. So in order to scale to 50K a month and beyond, you need to go through different phases. And the first phase is called positioning, and it's literally the foundation of your business. So what you want to be doing as the first step is to actually identify yourself, your own story, your own transformation, who you are, and of course also what you're passionate about. Because if you want to help more people, you need to have experience, you need to have confidence, and you need to have competence in what you do so people can actually believe what you say and they can feel your passion for helping them. The second step is that you need to identify the niche that you want to operate in. You cannot help everyone, so you want to dive into a specific niche that really aligns with your personality, what you have experience in, your own transformation, and most importantly, what you are really good at. And there are 4 niches that are really good, but they're also really evergreen, which means that you can have them right now, but they're also going to work extremely well in the future. And these niches are health, wealth, love, and happiness. Because people want to be healthy, they want to be wealthy, and they want to find love, and they want to build good relationships and be happy. So if you can actually help people do that and just choose one niche, you are absolutely doing a good job, because you're in a niche that is going to be there forever. But it's not just enough to actually know exactly what you really want to solve when it comes to problems and of course the outcome that you want to deliver. So inside these niches there are a lot of sub niches, and you want to find the overall niche, you want to dive really deep into the sub niche that is really matching who you are, your story, and what you can do and provide for others. And just take your own experience, the own transformation that you have done, and find a really good sub niche that aligns with that. And that was the third step. So now we go into the fourth step, which is understanding the dream buyer, because you really want to dive deep into understanding who you're dealing with. And the biggest problem that I see is that people, they hope and they pray that whatever they have chosen is gonna work. They don't know exactly what's working. So if you want to sell something to others, you really want to know exactly what they want, because it's not about what you and I want. It's all about what people want. And the number 5 step you need to take is that you need to clarify your philosophy and your unique mechanism, because there are so many coaches and consultants out there. So you want to be very specific on what you can do and why you are unique. And the way you do that is literally just by taking inspiration from your story, who you are as a person, your personal values, the transformation that you have gone through yourself, and of course, what you're passionate about, because your business is gonna be aligned with who you are. You don't wanna live a double life, so you really want to dive into who you are as a person so you can attract like-minded people. You wanna work with the right people. You don't wanna work with everyone. And the best way to literally sort out the people that you don't wanna work with is by being really clear on who you are, so people can know exactly what you stand for and have a chance to resonate with it. Let's get into the second phase, which is where you build your offer. And now we spent a lot of time understanding the marketplace, what people want, and now you want to use all the data and all the feedback that you have collected and look at it and see exactly what is it that people are struggling with. What is the most painful problem? What do people really want to achieve? What is their desired transformation, and how do they want to get there? It's not just enough to achieve the result. It's more about how we're going to do that. So they want to do it in a really good way. And of course, you want to know exactly what people are willing to pay for when it comes to the solution. So look at competitors, ask people what they're willing to invest in it, and then you can literally build your offer around that for a value-based price, because you know exactly what it costs them not to solve the problem they're dealing with. So the first step is that you need to build a transformational offer, which is where you take people from A to B in actionable steps that is very simple to take. And the second thing is that you need to actually deliver that transformation in multiple ways. It's not just enough to have one way to actually help people. You want to help a lot of people, but you only have 24 hours a day. So you want to actually build a scalable business with multiple offers that delivers the same thing. And if you're a coach, you can have a video course as the low ticket offer. If you want to have a mid ticket offer, it could be group coaching. If you want to have a high ticket offer, it could be one-on-one coaching and all the other offers combined, and sell that for a premium price. If you are a consultant, it could be a done for you service, a done with you service, and a do-it-yourself service. That is the same transformation you can deliver, but in multiple ways, which means that you can help so many people at the same time and deliver insane value. And of course, make a lot of money from that. One of the biggest problems that I see with coaches and consultants is that they want to be the cheapest in the market and compete on price. But that's not the way to become wealthy. You want to build a business where you have a price that is super fair. And how do you actually define a fair price? It's not what you and I think. It's only about what people are willing to pay, but most importantly, also what it's actually costing people not to solve the problem. So if you're a relationship coach and you help people avoid a divorce, you need to understand, what does a divorce actually cost for the law and the legal stuff, how they're dealing with it mentally, financially, how it's affecting the family. They need to probably find multiple homes, a lot of stress, a lot of sadness. So if you're a divorce coach, you quickly realize that it's gonna cost your clients a lot of money to go through a divorce. So it's probably cheaper to pay $5,000, $10,000 to save the marriage and live a happy life. And when it comes to your offer, the next step is to actually have limitation on your offers. We don't like lifetime access because people don't value your time and they don't value what they're actually buying. So if they can have something for a very specific period of time, you create organic and natural urgency to really go through the programs and do whatever it takes to to have the most value, because it's not forever, which means that they're actually gonna do the work, which is gonna give them the results they're looking for. You get happy clients, you get more renewals and more referrals that way. And when you have limitations on your offer, people are actually going to renew for another 4, 5, even 12 months if that's what you have. The next step here in building your offer is that you literally need to set the right expectations for your clients. Most coaches and consultants, they use guarantees because they think it's a very confident way of showing that they're really good, but it's not. Because what it actually tells people is that there might be a chance that this does not work, and then you're gonna get your money back. So the client thinks, okay, if I don't do the work, I get my money back and I'm safe, which makes them allow in their subconscious mind to not do the work and not succeed. And you don't want to work with those clients. You want to work with action takers. You want to work with people who believe in themselves. And you want to work with clients that are there because of the value and the transformation you can provide, not just the words. And now we're going to go into the third phase, which is where you actually build the personal brand, which is the foundation of your coaching or consulting business, because there are millions of coaches and consultants out there, but there's only one of you. So if you build a personal brand around who you are as a person, you have no competition. And that is exactly why you need to build a personal brand. But it's very hard if you do it the wrong way and you have the wrong approach. So I'm gonna break down the 5 steps inside the personal branding phase, how you can actually build a personal brand that attracts like-minded people and converts them into loyal, high-paying clients. And rule number 1, if you stand for everything, people will fall for nothing. And once you actually have a clear plan on who you are, what you're doing, and how people can resonate with you and what you stand for, it's time for you to create content on the platforms where your clients are most active. If it's most B2C focused, Instagram and YouTube is really powerful. If it's heavily into B2B, like software or anything like that, LinkedIn and YouTube is the perfect combination. The next step is the content creation part. And no, it's not about going viral or posting 5 times a day. But there are actually 3 types of content that you need to do. First of all, the nurturing content, which is basically value-based content. It could also be case studies. And then you have conversion-based content, which is where you dive more deep into your philosophy, how you help people, and the value that you can actually provide for others. Really talking about how they can solve the biggest pain point. And of course, then we have the growing content, which is where we get a lot of views. That is more lifestyle focused, where people can resonate with who you are as a person and the life that you're actually living. So these are the 3 types of posts that you need to master if you want to convert strangers into loyal, high-paying clients. And the next step is to actually establish your reputation, because if you have case studies and you have social proof, everything you say can be backed up by numbers and results. And that's exactly how you create trust and build authority. Just like Alex Hormozi. The reason why Alex Hormozi is doing such a phenomenal job and he can sell books and courses worth more than 100 million over a few days is because people trust him. And the reason why people trust him is because he has so many case studies, he has so much social proof to actually back up his words. And the next step we're gonna go through is the vision and philosophy. You wanna preach a long-term vision and not just instant gratification, because you're gonna attract people who want the results instantly and they're not willing to do the work. And if they're not gonna see the result within a few weeks, they're gonna give up. You would hate to live that situation. So we wanna attract people who are there for the long-term thinking, wanna do the work over and over again, people who show up, people who are action takers, and people who know that this is gonna be a long journey. So let's just get the most out of it. And now we're gonna get into the phase number 4, which is basically all about growing your business and building the mechanism that allows you to scale your business. And the first step is to actually build and launch the organic content engine. And the best way to do that is by having short form content like Instagram Reels and long form content, which is YouTube content. It's also podcast, to literally build the perfect ecosystem that allows people to build trust, that allows people to spend a lot of time watching your content and getting nurtured and getting into your worldview and your way of thinking. And that's exactly how you can convert people over time into your clients. The next step is ads, and that is the paid engine that is going to bring in new traffic into your digital ecosystem that allows you to predictably get more clients, because without ads, everything becomes random and your results is gonna go up and down all the time, which is not a good mental place to be in because it's very random and unpredictable. So you want to use ads to predictably bring in the growth and the traffic that allows you to get more clients over time. And this is why you want to go for profile visit ads, so people can actually visit your profile, go through your content, get nurtured, build trust with you, and essentially give you a follow. And as I said, with views, they're not gonna pay your bills. It's the exact same thing with followers. So we wanna actually have a sales conversion mechanism that allows you to convert followers into loyal, high-paying clients. The best way to do that is by having either yourself or an appointment setter who can reach out to all the people who follow and interact with all your content, start conversations, connect with people, build trust, and literally see where people are in their journey. And that is the biggest difference between a sales funnel and a flywheel that we're using, because a sales funnel is primarily focused on a buy or die mentality. If you don't book a call and if you don't buy, you're never gonna buy from us. But that's not how it works here, because we understand that it takes time to convert people into loyal, high-paying clients. So of course people are not ready to buy from the first day they see you. They want to spend some time understanding who you are, what you do, the outcome you deliver, and who you are as a person. And if they can actually say yes to all of these things, this is pretty cool, then they're gonna ask themselves, okay, would it actually make sense to buy from that person? And that's exactly how you convert them into loyal, high-paying clients. You reach out to them, see where they are on their journey, and if they're ready to buy, awesome, book them in on a call. If not, you can just send them some more value, a free guide or a YouTube video that will nurture them even more and invite them to get into your way of thinking. The next step you need to go through is buying back your time, because in the beginning, you invest a lot of time into making money. Once you're growing your business and you're making money, you need to invest the money into getting your time back, and especially free up your time. That is the most important thing. The best way to do that is by outsourcing the appointment setting and outsourcing the closing part on sales calls. And if you're having a lot of clients and if you're making good money, you can also hire a client success manager that can take care of most of the clients. So the only thing you'll have to do is create content. And the next step is to actually track everything in your business. And nothing works if you're not tracking, because it just means that you're slacking. And if you don't know the numbers in your business, you simply don't know exactly how to get to the next level. Scaling a business is just math and it's just a numbers game. So if you can reverse engineer your goal and break it down into the actual numbers that you need to hit to get there, it's not even random. What you do is specific and it's very calculated. And that's just how the universe works. So if you want to scale your business, you need to know the numbers. And now we're going to go into the phase number 5, which is client fulfillment, and how to actually have a full circle business that is getting clients, that is also making your clients extremely happy, that you can use to get more clients and scale your business and build a fantastic and a very dominating reputation. So the first step is to actually over-deliver and make sure that your clients are happy, because happy clients is the most important metric in your business, because they're the backbone of your success, and we are only as good as the client results that we have delivered. The second step is by increasing the lifetime value in the business. That allows you to scale your business without getting more clients. And the best way to do that is by making sure that your clients are delivered a fantastic transformation and they're extremely happy about the transformation they're going through. If they do that, they're also going to renew the partnership and they're going to refer more people. And personally, my lifetime value is $38,000 per client on average, simply because they work with me for almost 2 years, simply because I know exactly what I'm doing and they're getting better results than what they're actually signing up to. And the third step is to actually understand that having a good reputation is gonna compound your business, because if you have happy clients, you're gonna get more clients, better clients, They're also going to look forward to pay you a lot of money, and you can use that in ads to bring in more people, build more trust, have more authority, and you can build systems that allows you to help so many people at once while making a lot of money. Exactly like Alex Hormozi did. If he didn't have a huge track record of happy clients and great results, he wouldn't have made 100 million in a weekend. But the reason why he did that is because of his incredible reputation. And the next step here is playing by the seasons. So many coaches and consultants, they don't understand that scaling a business is about going through different seasons. And if you try to harvest the fruits in the winter, you're gonna get very unlucky because there are no fruits in the winter. If you're gonna plant the seeds in the winter, your tools will break. Not because it's a bad tool, but because it's a different season. So you want to know exactly what season you're in. So for example, in the winter season, this is where you maintain what you already have. This is where you prepare for the building season, which comes in the spring. And over the summer season, which is where you actually work hard, this is where you keep nurture and keep showing up and keep doing the work over and over again. So when we reach the autumn, this is where you harvest the fruits because you've done all the hard work. Once you have harvested the fruits, the winter season is coming. So this is where you actually maintain the success you already have. So as you probably already know, it's full circle and it never stops. You just need to know the rules and play by them. And the last lesson is that everything compounds if you do the right things over a very long period of time. So if you just keep doing the right thing, keep creating good content, keep reaching out to people, and literally keep nurturing and watering and building the digital ecosystem, you can never fail. And you can actually dominate your entire industry by doing that. We see that with Alex Hormozi, we see that with a lot of other gurus out there because they have done it for such a long time. And that's exactly how I've generated more than $5 million for coaches in the past couple of years, and now build a six-figure business myself simply just by doing that. So if you want to get more clients, make more money, have more freedom, and actually scale your coaching or consulting business, then I truly recommend that you watch this video that is popping up here on the screen so you can actually see exactly how you can do that and put the system in place. And then I'm just looking forward to see you in the next video. Take care.